And the Oscar goes to. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Buddy. I'm your host, Josh Blumenkrantz, and today it's finally here. We're doing it. We're doing our 2025 Oscar winner predictions. It's going to be quite the whirlwind with these categories. Some of them are locked, some of them, we got a lot to talk about. It's going to be pretty crazy. You know, after the whole SAG Awards that just happened, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of back and forth on a few of these guys. Like, I don't know. But we are going to break it down. That's for damn sure. I mean, just too much drama. Too much drama and crazy stories going around about this awards season. And I just can't wait for it to be over. I don't know about you. Without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we have live action short film. And the nominees are Alien, Anuja, I'm Not a Robot, The Last Ranger, and The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. So, it's between two films. It's between Alien and The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. And I'm going to go with Alien. You know, about deportation, family, just horrible ICE tactics. It just makes sense to me on paper. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Alien with a separate A. The next category is documentary short film. And the nominees are Death by Numbers, I Am Ready, Warden, Incident, Instruments of a Beating Heart, and The Only Girl in the Orchestra. So, it's between two films led by strong women, and they are Death by Numbers and The Only Girl in the Orchestra. Death by Numbers is about a woman who has to face her shooting assailant in a very poetic way. Very inspiring. But I'm going to go with The Only Girl in the Orchestra. I mean, last year they went with a film that was very music-based, and for the most part, they seem to really like those types of films, so it just seems like the right thing to put my money on, so I'm going to go with The Only Girl in the Orchestra. The next category is animated short film, and the nominees are Beautiful Men, In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candies, Wander to Wonder, and Yuck. So it's between two films. It's between Yuck and it's between Wander to Wonder. So Wander to Wonder is about these two characters who have to keep going on their show when the showrunner dies, versus Yuck, which is a French film about kids who are discovering kissing. And I just think it's going to be Yuck. Plus, you know, with the short films, not a lot of people have time to watch them. And also, they love the title. So Yuck, it's a cool title. And I think people are just going to go for it. Just stands out. It stands out. So yes, I'm going for Yuck for animated short film. Made it through the short films. Let's get into some tech categories. First up, we have visual effects. And the nominees are Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. So, it's not going to be Wicked, I'll tell you that. I mean, it could be. I mean, okay, let's say this. Wicked is your runner-up, but I'm going to go with Dune Part 2 on this. It won the BAFTA. It's just the visual effects are incredible. I mean, you got those sandworms, that battle, everything. It's a visual feast for the eyes. Just too many monkey movies to contend with. And I just think that Dune Part 2 has this. Previous winner, think it's going to happen again. So yes, Dune Part 2 for visual effects. Next up, we have Best Sound. And the nominees are A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. First of all, I just need to congratulate Wild Robot for making it in here. An animated film in sound. How cool is that? But it's not going to win. Okay, so that knocks that out. And you also got Amelia Perez. It's a musical movie, but controversy is just going to take that away. So nope, not going to happen. And then you also got Complete Unknown, which it could. I've heard some rumblings that could maybe happen, but I personally don't see it, so I'm not going to predict it. So that leaves between Dune Part 2 and Wicked. And I'm going to go with Dune Part 2. It's just, it's a previous winner. It just keeps winning things. The sound work is impeccable, honestly. And I see Wicked as the challenger, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, yeah, Dune for Best Sound. And the next category is Original Song. And the nominees are El Mal, The Journey, Like a Bird, Mi Camino, and Never Too Late. The bad version, though. I like the one from Lion King. But needless to say, this has got to be one of our worst lineups of song that I've ever seen. It is so boring and uninspiring. But I'm going to go with El Mal from Emilia Perez. Despite all the criticisms and everything, it's won everywhere it needs to win. And I just see no reason to doubt it at this point. The challenger, though, watch out maybe for the journey, because Diane Warren, she's friends with a lot of people in that branch. She goes to all the music events. People love Diane Warren. Even though she already has an honorary Oscar, I could maybe see an upset, but I don't know. I just think Emilia Perez is too strong, and the controversy doesn't affect the songwriters, who are amazing people and are very talented with their songwriting. But yeah, I'm going to go with El Mal from Emilia Perez. Next category is original score, and the nominees are The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. It's a killer category, even though I wish Challengers was still here. But anyway, I'm going to go with The Brutalist because it won the BAFTA. It was a weird year because Challengers was taking everything, and I knew The Brutalist was going to get it in the end. It's just the better score of everything in here. Conclave is a runner-up. Wicked is just using the same stuff from the Broadway show with some slightly new material, but not that much. And The Wild Robot is so cool that, again, an animated film made it in here. It's been a while since that's happened. But no, in the end, yeah, it's gonna be The Brutalist. Made me cry so much, especially when that second act began. And I'm very excited for it, because that guy, Daniel Blumberg, he has basically composed some amazing pieces in like films that I've seen in the past from him. And yeah, it's gonna be Daniel. I'm going with The Brutalist for best score. We're cruising through it, everybody. Next up, we have production design, and the nominees are The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. And I'll tell you this, it's going to be Wicked because it's won literally everything. The set design is just so intricate and complex. All these different worlds. You got Oz Dust Ballroom, you got Oz University, you got Emerald City, like everything. Like it's just, Wicked. It's a Wicked, that's it. Done. Don't even have to go through everything else. Just no challenger. I guess Brutalist, but no, it's Wicked for production design. Next up, we have makeup and hairstyling, and the nominees are A Different Man, Emilia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked. So first off, I love A Different Man. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Great film. So for this category, I'm going to go with The Substance. Now the question is it going to be paired with actress? The makeup actor combo, it's been happening a lot every year lately. I don't know. It's tough, but I mean, The Substance won everywhere it needed to, so I shouldn't doubt The Substance, but watch out for Wicked. If Wicked somehow pulls this off, then I don't know what's going to happen with actress, but we're going to get there. But yes, for makeup, I'm going to go with The Substance. And the next category is film editing, and the nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, and Wicked. And it's just going to be Conclave. I'm flat out saying it. It's won everything. That movie is 2 hours. The other movies are literally over 2 hours, almost 3 hours even, and it just makes sense. So yes, your editing winner is Conclave. Done. Side note, if Anora did win editing, that would be so cool because then Sean Baker could potentially win 4 Oscars, which would be amazing and a record. But that dream died when he lost several precursors. So yeah, it's definitely going to be Conclave for editing. Next category is costume design, and the nominees are A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. So it's just going to be Wicked, I think. The costumes, they are so vibrant and colorful, really suck you into the world. I don't even know what the runner-up would be. I guess you could say it's Nosferatu because it's a very period kind of piece, and they tend to go for that as well. But Wicked's just won all of those precursors. It really is going to be our front runner for the night, and Wicked's going to win some Oscars, and I think this is definitely one of them. So yes, I'm going for Wicked for costume design. Next category is cinematography, and the nominees are The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu. So, The Brutalist is going to be your best winner for cinematography, honestly. It's just the architecture, the scope. Brady Corbet really did a world that was just like unbelievable. He just captured those angles with such a low budget. It's pretty crazy, and it won the BAFTA, and that's all I really needed to know by that point. So yeah, it's going to be The Brutalist for cinematography. Next category, international film, and the nominees are I'm Still Here, The Girl with the Needle, Emilia Perez, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, and Flow. So, this is not as easy as you think because Amelia Perez was the frontrunner for a long time and it's been winning everywhere it has. Like it won the Golden Globe, it won the Critics' Choice, it won the BAFTA, but over time we had that controversy with Carla and it's just been kind of like dwindling, I feel like. It's just been building to this point. Plus, I'm Still Here. It made it into Best Picture. It got Fernando Torres and, of course, International. So there is a love for the movies. So I'm kind of inclined to switch to I'm Still Here. And you know what? I'm taking a big swing on this. That's what I'm going to do. And it's mostly because of the vibes. Fernanda Torres is lovable, And yeah, I just feel like if she's not going to win actress, then this film can get international. It's been surging around voting time has happened. So I think Amelia Perez is just being hurt overall by the controversy as we get longer into this season. So yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm Still Here for international feature. But watch out for Flo also. Not saying that's going to happen because Flo did well. It got into animation and international. But yeah, at the end of the day, you got to go with what's nominated for picture in this. And I'm going to go with I'm Still Here, taking a swing. I'm Still Here for international feature. And the next category is documentary feature film. And the nominees are Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, Porcelain War, Soundtrack to Coup d'etat, and Sugarcane. So this one's a little tricky because you got your two contenders, No Other Land and Porcelain War. So everyone was predicting No Other Land to take it because it's just the better film out of these categories overall. But Porcelain War did win the Directors Guild, and Superman won the BAFTA. So it's a little all over the place. But if No Other Land was a contender, it would have won something huge and major, and it really didn't. So I'm inclined to go with Porcelain War. And I know everyone's hope dictating No Other Land, but at this point, I can't see it right now. You're kind of just taking a big gamble at this point. So I'm going to play it safe and go with one of the Guild wins. And that's why I'm going with Porcelain War for documentary feature film. Next category, we have animated feature film. And the nominees are Flo, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. So it's kind of funny how we thought it was going to be like Inside Out 2 versus The Wild Robot. But Inside Out 2 is dead. We're done with that. So it's really between The Wild Robot and Flo. So it's interesting because for Golden Globes, we had Flo win, which was expected because, international, France, just made sense. But then we got to Critics' Choice. Wild Robot won there, as expected. Very good. But then we got to BAFTA, and then Wallace and Gromit won there. So we had different winners on these major precursors here. But Wild Robot did very well at the Animation Awards. So you gotta, and it did well with the nominees for Oscars too. I mean, it got a sound nomination. It also got in for score. So people really love The Wild Robot. But also for Flo, it got in the international features. So there is a love there for both of these films. That's pretty high. But The Wild Robot, stats-wise, just seems like the traditional way to go. Plus Chris Bowers, he's been working for a long time. He doesn't have an Oscar win. He's done a lot of classic animated movies. So it's this time, I think. I think it's going to happen. And that's why I'm going to go with The Wild Robot for animated feature. Next up, we have original screenplay. And the nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5th, and The Substance. So it's between two people. You got Sean Baker for Anora, and you got Jesse Eisenberg for A Real Pain. So A Real Pain does not have a Best Picture nomination, but Jesse Eisenberg has been out there everywhere with Q&As, very accessible, very different than your typical FYC events, and he gives very compelling speeches. But again, he does not have a Best Picture nomination. And for Golden Globes, Conclave won that, so neither film won. WGA, Anora won over A Real Pain. They went head to head. But then at BAFTA, A Real Pain won over Anora. So it's like, it could be either one of these two. But I feel like the build has been kind of rising for Anora, just with overall sweeps with DGA, PGA, and WGA. That combo is pretty deadly. So I'm inclined to go with your Best Picture frontrunner. So I'm going to go with Anora for original screenplay. And I feel like it's right. Next category, adapted screenplay. And the nominees are A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing. So once Conclave won the Golden Globe over all those other screenplays, it was game over because it just kept on sweeping the season. It won in so many places. The only thing it didn't really win was... Actually, no, it won everywhere. Yeah, so there is no runner-up. It's Conclave for Adapted Screenplay. That's it. Next up, we have Supporting Actor, and the nominees are Yor Borisev for Anora, Kieran Culkin for Real Pain, Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. Guys, it's Kieran Culkin for Real Pain. He's won Golden Globe, Critics' Choice, BAFTA, SAG. He's won everything. It just makes sense at this point. I was doubting it for most of the way, but it's compelling now. Like it's him. He's charming. He gives very interesting speeches. It's him. It's Kieran Culkin for Supporting Actor. There you go. Next up, we have Supporting Actress, and the nominees are Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, and Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. And the winner is going to be Emilia Perez. Zoe Saldana. Yeah, it's her. She swept the season. Golden Globe, Critics' Choice, BAFTA, SAG. And you know, people thought it was going to be Ariana Grande beating her at one of these, and she hasn't missed a beat. Zoe Saldana is your Supporting Actress winner. And I'm very happy about it because she's had a very long career working the biggest movies ever. And she's just overall a very talented actress, and it's her time. So I'm excited. Zoe Saldana for Supporting Actress. Next category is Best Actor, and this is a big one. We got Adrien Brody for The Brutalist, Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Colman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes for Conclave, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. So, Adrien Brody was doing very well this season. He won Golden Globe, he won Critics' Choice, and he won BAFTA. But then, for SAG, Timothée Chalamet won. And we were always thinking this could potentially happen because, you know, SAG, they have a bunch of influencers in there now. Timothy's so popular with the younger generation. It makes sense on paper that did happen at SAG, but I don't think it changes anything. I think Adrien Brody is going to win the Oscar for The Brutalist. It's as simple as that. I just think Timmy is just not going to pull it off this time. I feel like his time will come, just not right now. He still has himself to prove a little bit more, but he's getting there. He's following Leo's path. Eventually, he'll probably get the Oscar one day, but not this year. It's going to be Adrien Brody for The Brutalist, and it's the better performance in my opinion. He does everything, and it makes sense. So yeah, Adrien Brody for Best Actor. Next category is Best Actress, and the nominees are Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carlos Sofia Gascon for Emilia Perez, Mikey Madison for Anora, Demi Moore for The Substance, and Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. All right, so Fernanda Torres is now in the mix, but she didn't win BAFTA. She lost. Well, she wasn't even nominated for BAFTA. And Demi Moore needed to win a BAFTA for Fernanda Torres to even have a chance. But Mikey Madison won BAFTA. But at SAG, Demi Moore won. And Demi Moore has won the Golden Globe, the Critics' Choice, and SAG, which happened after Oscar voting was over. And she has that legacy win. A lot of people know her in the industry. So it could be Demi Moore. But here's the thing. With Anora and Mikey Madison, if you're going to have Anora be your Best Picture winner, you got to go with Mikey in association with that, I feel like. It's just, you know, the BAFTA win was a clear sign it's a major, major guild win. And those other guilds don't have Academy crossover. SAG, a little bit. But, again, I just think SAG was always going to go for Demi Moore. And I don't know if that's going to carry over to Oscar time. And when you're kind of clashing with two actors, you want to go with what's going to win Best Picture with that actor, which is why I do have Mikey Madison winning for Best Actress. Now, Demi Moore could win. I'm not saying she can't, but I don't feel like that's going to happen. I just don't see it. Like, there is a narrative, but I don't think it's strong enough compared to Mikey Madison winning for a really, really excellent performance. My favorite of the year, personally. So, yeah, Mikey Madison for Best Actress. That's what I'm going with. I hope I'm right. Next category, Directing, and the nominees are Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez, and Corley Farjeed for The Substance. So, this has been a very interesting time with director. Okay, so Brady Corbet, he won the Golden Globe, and then Critics' Choice, John Chu won, and he's not nominated for Wicked. And then BAFTA, it was Brady Corbet again, but before BAFTA even happened, Sean Baker won DGA. And with that DGA stat, it's really good, like, to win DGA. Most of the time, whoever wins DGA usually wins the Oscar. And I just feel like if Brady Corbet was going to win, he should have won there, and he did not. And there's such a love and respect for Sean Baker as a director, as a person. He really loves indie filmmaking, and it's his time to win. Really is. I really hope he does get an Oscar, whether it be for this, or for screenplay, or for picture. All of the above. Sean Baker, I just want to have at least one Oscar. I think he could do it. I think he's going to get director, and it's going to be really, really exciting. And I couldn't be happy for him. So, yes, I'm going to go with Sean Baker for director. We made it. We're finally at the last category. Best Picture. Here we go. And the nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. And drum roll. It's Anora, baby. It's Anora. It won the PGA. And that is huge. That is I can't talk. The preferential ballot voting system, same that the Oscars use. And if anything was going to beat it here, it would have beat it, and it didn't. But here's the thing. Conclave won at BAFTA for picture, and it won SAG Ensemble. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but Conclave is the number 2 right now compared to Anora. But I just see Anora doing better on a preferential ballot than Conclave ever will. And it just makes sense. It's accessible, not hard to watch. It's fun. It's relevant to today's times. It's a good underdog story. And it's just excellent filmmaking. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Anora for Best Picture, and I feel pretty good about it. And there you have it, everybody. We made it through. Those are my 2025 Oscar winner predictions. It's pretty crazy. This year, as an overall lineup of movies, it's fine. I wouldn't say it's like the best lineup we've ever had or anything like that, but it's going to be very interesting to say the least. But thank you for coming along with me on this journey. No pun intended with the Diane Warren song. But yeah, I'm very excited. The Oscars are like my Super Bowl, and I love cinema, I love movies, and I love predicting stuff like this. I've been on a roll with a few of these award shows like the Golden Globes and what else? Just like getting Monica Barbaro nominated for supporting actress in Oscars. Like, that was amazing. I loved it. But I'm ready. I'm ready for the season to be over, but I'm also ready for the actual award show itself. So if you like what you heard about my predictions for the Oscars, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button on the channel. I greatly appreciate your feedback and your support. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, when you go to the movies, bring your buddy and talk about movies or the Oscars. Until next time, bye!